Dang, it looks so much better. Hold on, guys. It looks so much better on white tee. What's going on?
EVE Online is a vast universe,
This look
a
better on white
live,
tee, guys.
unrelenting activity, a
What is
combined
it?
history of its players,
Uh,
pursuing lives of
I don't
adventure,
know. All right, guys.
exposing a
Let me
shared
see.
existence in the biggest single show. Free-
Okay. All right, guys. I got my card. Sophie said, "Use the cards, girl." Gotta make space on my desk. All right, you guys. So first of all, I just want to say I'm so grateful and thankful to be here today. I'm so grateful and thankful you are here today. Um, Thank you to my spirit guides, source, God, universe. So grateful and thankful. Thank you for using me as a vessel. And everybody that's meant to be here, let them be here. Let them be here. I'm so grateful and thankful. All right, you guys. How's y'all rising going so far? Like, how are y'all feeling? How's everybody feeling today? Everybody still waking up? Only three cards. Okay. You know what? I'm getting one of those things where y'all can actually see the cards on the table. Abigail got 1 hour of sleep. Oh, you just. Oh, wow. Maybe it's because of this full moon that's coming up. My daughter couldn't sleep last night as well, so I don't know. You only got 1 hour of sleep. Just can't sleep. Ooh. Let me see. Hi, Grand Rising. So, sir, welcome to my live. I'm so grateful that you came here. What's up, CG? I'm so grateful that you popped into my live to show me that information in Deuteronomy 18 and 10. Thank you so much. And while you're at it, all that energy that you're bringing to me, all the hate that you're bringing to me for pulling cards, I'm going to turn that around. I'm going to send all of that hate. I'm going to transmute that hate into love, and I'm going to send love your way. Because when you come on somebody's live, and you start talking mess and you start bringing up Bible scriptures of abominations, I want you to just know how amazing your God is, to where it will look at you and say, you know what? I said, judge not my anointing. And baby, I am anointed from my head to my toe. And I've been that way since I came into this universe. So I'm going to send love your way because you need it. And because love is one of the highest vibrations that we can have. And because we fear not, because God didn't give us the spirit of fear, right? But of power, but of love, and what? A sound mind. So when you have a sound mind and when you have the love of the God that you believe in, you don't spread hate, baby. You spread love. You spread joy. You spread energy. So I want you to know that I'm sending you the highest vibration of love today. I'm wrapping my arms around you today because you feel like you have to justify who you are and what you believe. And I know I don't have to justify me. So I'm sending you love, baby. Keep watching because you might just need something today. All right? Thank you, baby. What's up, y'all? Robert, what's up, Rob? What's up, Raina? All right, you guys. So, have faith. Let's start with that one. Have faith, okay? Yes. All right. So, let me get my moderator. Oh no, wait a minute. No, you just gonna watch me. If you want to stay on here and keep putting stuff, go ahead because it's just gonna make my views go up. So go ahead, keep on putting stuff there. I want you to listen to this though, because this card might just be for you because it popped up on the floor right before you start doing that. So let's say not hating this place. No, no, no. Yeah, we're not doing that, sir. All right. Have faith, okay? It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. Yet still, you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. So I don't know who this is for, but you got to have faith. You got to start believing in everything that you desire and everything. What's up? Yeah. Oh, they say, hey. Yeah, so you do. You got to have faith. You got to have faith. Trust the process. Like this is an eagle, right? Or something like it, right? Similar to that. Okay, actually, I mean, you can look at this and take it many different ways. I don't really know my birds too well. Hawk, eagle, and different things like that. But whatever you resonate with, whatever it is, it just means that it's soaring. And so definitely when you have faith, just know that everything is going to be okay. Yet and still, it says you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways. You never have imagined were possible. Okay, so you're going to be trusting. So trust your intuition. So that means something is on the horizon for you. If you trust your intuition, trust your guidance, trust your... Yeah. Yep. So we got the solar plexus here. So whoever you are, whoever this is for, trust your guidance. Trust what is being said and have faith that it'll work out. I know sometimes you go through different things in life and you're like, okay, when is it going to be that? Like, I don't know. I was talking about this yesterday. What's up? What's up, you guys? Yes. Grand Rising. Grand Rising, Xavier. Grand Rising, Mary. Grand Rising to you guys. Yeah, so it says just have faith. Like, I know sometimes we go through different things and we see these ups and downs, these roller coasters and stuff. We're just like, all right, listen, like, I was having faith before, but then something got in the way, some mindset shift, some trigger, something has gotten in the way, right? A lot of times when we're in the process of trusting ourselves, a lot of times it's hard to do that because we don't really trust in ourselves. We trust in other things outside of ourselves more, the physical part. But this is wanting you to have faith within first. What's up, Verna? Did I say hi? Did I give you a shout out? Okay, I know CG. Rob, I gave you a shout out. Verna, I'm not sure. Well, I'm giving you a shout out, Verna. Hi. Thanks for being here. Grand Rising. So have faith. I'm going to move on, but I got to come back to this card. I'm going to move on. Detach. Okay, this is for somebody specific. These two are the ones that fell on the floor after my main three. So I'm going to do these two first. But the next one is detach. Okay. Yeah, I know. Oh, really? Really? Like, as you said, it's deep. You did? Yeah. Tell me about it. What's going on? What is it that you're not having faith about, not believing, or is it just hard to trust in the process? Because a lot of times when we're moving from this place to the next, there's a transition that occurs and it requires you to be in the unknown. It requires you to be uncomfortable for a minute. That's just normally what happens. And a lot of times, and I'm noticing more and more and seeing this happen in real time for myself when it comes to embodying the very thing that you desire. The very thing. So it's like if you desire love, embody that love. If you desire freedom, embody freedom. You're not waiting for it to come to you and meet you face to face. You're becoming it, and you're going to meet the result of becoming it face to face. If that makes sense, y'all put a thumbs up. If that makes sense, let me know. Yeah. This is so funny. Yep, it makes sense. Yeah. So another one, this is for somebody right here. This one says detach. Yeah, detach. So you're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When will we hold on? When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Hold on. Ain't that the truth? Oh gosh, hold on. Wow. When we hold on too tightly to desired outcomes, it restricts the flow because we want to control things. So we're like, okay, I'm going to plan this out. I need to go exactly as I planned, right? Oh my gosh, we be all in our head. And then we want it to happen a certain way. When, how, where we want to know all the things. But this is about trust again. So trust must be really, really, really yeah, this is about trust again. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of the attachment to it. And the sun is in the background. This person in peace, surrounded by, yeah. Like, guys, we got two big, like, two flowers that were in both of these cards talking about trust. So it just lets me know that, like, when you get into that, when you start detaching and you start having faith, something is going to blossom, something is going to bloom. Whether I feel like it's going to be from the inside out, like you're just going to start to light up and start to be able to flow in what your life really, what you want in your life. Detach. What do you need to detach from? You know what it is, but it says that you've been holding on to it, and right now you're being asked to detach from it. So what is it? Is it a certain outcome? Is it a person? Is it an idea of something? What is that? What's up? Yeah. All right. So detaching and having faith. So these two, they go together, which is probably why they came out together. It's your grandson. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Detaching, even when it comes to toxic people, it can definitely be that. It could be also detaching from your past, detaching from your previous experiences. That's perfect for what's happening right now, right? We're going to be talking about in a few minutes. I'm going through these cards pretty fast because I'm just doing this as an introduction, you guys, because we're actually going to be talking about the year, and different things like that. When it's the real new year. Trust is in the forefront for the future. Yeah. Forefront for sure. Yeah. It's about trusting the process, trusting everything will be okay, trusting it's going to turn out fine. Also, trusting and having patience in certain things too. That's another thing. Wisdom is up here. Courageous heart. It takes courage to follow your heart, especially when the path is unknown. So, y'all, seriously, really, it takes courage. So we still talking about trusting. We're still talking about having faith. We're still talking about detaching. It's telling you, it's like a story, like it's saying, it takes courage to follow your heart, especially when the path is unknown. We talked about the unknown. Your heart knows the way. Trust it and let it lead you to your true destiny. Trust your heart. Let it lead you to your true destiny. I don't know. Who's holding back here? Anybody here that's holding back? Afraid to detach, afraid to trust the process, afraid of the unknown. It's talking about your answers, and what you're desiring is already in your heart. You already know. Like, this is a person that already knows. If this is for you, you already know what I'm talking about. You're afraid to detach from an idea, a person, an outcome. And you have to have faith and trust and move with your heart. Lead with your heart. Hold on, let's see what it says. Oh, it went away. Whoa, the comments went. It's gone. I think Abigail had a comment, but it's gone now. I don't know what happened to it. Another, oh my gosh. Okay. Hold on. Let me put this mic back. What's up? Majid. Hi. Take the high road. You're at an impasse. Hold on. I gotta pick this up. My prior anxiety programming, my fears of people. Yes, your resentments. Yes. See, because it doesn't always have to be from just people. It can be from things like that, Rob, is your fears of people and resentment. Resentments is what I was talking about. So yeah. Definitely. Anxiety programming. Yep. Detaching away from all of those things. That was really weird. Oh, yeah. Okay. I see. Yeah. And that's what happens, Abigail. Like, sometimes when we can't, because a lot of times we want to control the situations. When we can't control the situation, we just move our hands. We just, release our hands from the situation. Just be like, all right, I know something's going to happen. It has to. But when it's out of your control, yeah, because sometimes I'm telling you, it's really hard to see people go through different things, especially when you feel like, whether you feel like you can help them and you just can't. or just watching the process, and you're like, dang, even if it's people that we've given advice to, right? And we're like, man, if they just would have, man, it would have prevented this, it would have. But everybody has their own experiences in life that they have to experience for what their soul came here, how their soul came here to grow. Bob, okay. I was like, I started saying Bob, and then I was like, wait, maybe it's Rob. All right, but yeah. All right, guys, take the high road. It says you're at an impasse with a relationship or situation. It's now time to think bigger, release desired outcomes, and take the most positive course of action. And y'all, hold on, wait a minute, because what are we in the year of the snake? And we're moving tomorrow into the year. Happy New Year's Eve, fake New Year's Eve. But guys, this is a horse. We're moving into the year of the horse. Next year is the year of the horse. So it's saying take the high road. Now, what I'm looking at with this, I'm looking at not just take the high road in a relationship, take the high road in just your journey in life. Your journey in life. Because we all talked about, I don't know if you guys were on my previous lives, but I was talking about getting on that horse. Getting back on that horse. Like, resetting your mindset, resetting that highest version of yourself, right? Because sometimes we can get distracted by life's ups and downs, distracted by comparisons, distracted by just going back and forth with people unnecessarily, because our goal isn't to persuade somebody else's opinion. We waste so much energy arguing and trying to persuade people to believe what we believe, to think how we believe, and different things like that. And it's a waste of time, because they're the only ones that has the power. They have the power to do that. Only thing we can do is lead by example, voice our opinion if we desire to, but the going back and forth. So take the high road in some situation. It's time to think bigger, release desired outcomes, and take the most positive course of action. So this just lets me believe that whoever this is for, you have definitely been overthinking some outcome and desiring for, overthinking what it's going to look like. Because all of these cards are really saying the same thing, and that's crazy. Not crazy, but, aligned. It's not failure to fall off the horse. Yeah, it's only failure to be afraid to get back on it. Bob, that's so. You said override. Bob, come on. Come on. You ain't saying that. You come on. Yes, that's it. Because we talked about failure yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So definitely it's when you choose to completely give up and not to keep going. Not when you're a person that keeps trying over and over and over. Okay? So expand is the last one that I'm gonna get into what we're supposed to be talking about today. I believe 30 something minutes went by, so that's great. Expand. You're being asked to expand. Okay. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities. Go for them. Expand. Wow. So this person is very creative. Look at this. I love this. It's like, who said surrender yesterday? Someone on my live talked about surrendering. It's like this person is just in this complete surrender. And once you're in surrender, once you've taken the high road, you started to think bigger. You started to have a courageous heart. You started to trust yourself again. Look at what happens. You start to expand. Expand in every way. Expanding your way of thinking, expanding your territory, expanding all those type of different things. I hope your haters stuck around and realized the cards are conversation starters that are aligned with people that are present. Yeah. The person left after I kept going. Well, just left not too long ago. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, the person's gone now. Yeah. It's just so funny. It's funny, but it's like, keep doing what you have to do. What people think. I don't know why. I don't know. Well, I don't necessarily need to know why, because sometimes I feel like when we ask questions, we definitely the answer comes in whatever way it needs to come in. So I don't need to know why, but I know sometimes that happens, and people think that, you know, I'm listen, listen. It's different when people don't even know your story. They don't know where you came from. They don't know anything about you, but they feel like it's safe and it's okay to insert their opinions, their beliefs, into your own reality. And I'm not a part of that reality that judges people for what they do. I'm not a part of that. I've been that before, and I'm not being that again. Like I don't. Mm-mm, I don't. because most of the time you don't even understand. Most of the time, it's people that have limited ways of thinking about things and are living in fear. I just don't have that anymore because guess what? I've come to go know God for myself, not in a building, not from a person, not through a person, but through my own experience that I asked for. So I don't let it bother me. It is what it is. But Grand Rising. Yeah. But yeah, it's time to expand. Imagine bigger. Some of you are thinking too small. Love it. Not a part of that reality. That judge, yeah, that judge people do. Yeah, their audacity should always kind of like their pot. Yep, their pot should always think. I know. It's funny. That's why I'm grateful because sometimes you know you have to go through certain things in life to prepare you for certain other things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful and thankful that the things that I've been through, that they've been the way that they have, so that I can be able to approach people with love and to just really notice like when people that need love need validation of what they believe. Most people, if you really think about it, there are some people they don't need to debate religion. They don't need to debate what you believe in. They just believe what they believe and go about their way, or you just have conversations. I've had so many conversations with people that did not that weren't a debate about all this type of stuff. We just going back and forth and talking and having a great conversation. The conversation was so great that the person asked me to come back and have a conversation again. They were like, this was just so amazing. Did we have the same views on everything? No. But it didn't matter because we approached it in love. And we, even with our passions on what we really believe. But the thing is, I don't debate what you believe because I can never change your belief. When you don't want to change somebody's belief. Look, this is my thing. People say, this is what I've learned along the way. People say they believe in one thing. But I'm like, do you really though? Do you really? Because like, let's just move all the mask, remove all the stuff, and let's just get you in a place and sit you down and be like, do you really believe in what you say you believe in? Do you really believe it? Because we'll say all the scriptures, we'll say all the things, but then we don't embody the very thing that we're talking about. And that goes across the board. That's not even just with religion, that's just in life in general. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, our job is not to persuade the other person in life, period. Yes, exactly. It's not. I'm not here to persuade you. I'm here to live my life and have fun and do what I do because you got to understand when you've done, like me, I've done past life regressions with different people, right? With clients and um, coaching, mentor, like just so many things, right? And I've met so many different kinds of people, all different ages, y'all. I'm talking about from kids all the way up until people that have transitioned. So what I've come to know is how much we have in common and how much when I go into past life regressions and going deeper into soul work, I realize that your soul is here to experience a certain thing. Who am I to come and interrupt your soul experience? So that's why I've had to really learn to back off sometimes with people, even when it's like helping people because there are certain people that I would suggest something just to help them out. I'm gonna use a little example where I'm like, my mom. Let's just say, for example, she's like, no, I'm gonna go get this by myself, and I'm like, are you sure? Because I can. No, I'm gonna get it, and I'm like, well, I'm giving her reasons like it's cold outside, it's windy. No, don't worry about it. Well, I have learned not to do that so much with people because they have an experience in life. And my mom knows that she's so funny because she'll come to me and she'll be like, listen, I have to learn how to speak up about what X, Y, and Z is, what my boundaries are, or what it is. Because, I used to be my mom's coach and mentor and stuff like that. And so she'll tell me different things like that. Like, and I understand it. You have your own soul experience here. I'm not inserting myself into your reality of how you think. I cannot do that because then I get attached to your reality. And that's when our energies attach to other people. And when we have to be, oh, I got to do a cord cutting. Oh, I got to detach my energy. Oh, my energy's so drained. It's because a lot of times we're in other people's reality. When we start comparing ourselves to other people, when we start living outside of what really aligns with our soul, with our desires, then we start attaching. And then that's when the problems occur. Should have responded with Matthew 7:1. Judge not. Judge. Okay, so CJ, you know I responded with what did I respond? I don't know what scripture was, but I was just like, what did I say? Judge not my anointing or something like that. I said something like that. I don't know. I don't know. When I'm in a zone, I'm in a zone. I don't know. But I said something like that. I was like, maybe I'm anointed. So like, I talked about this yesterday. I was like, look, I was told I had healing hands at the age of 12 or 13. I was told I was a prophet not long after that. So this has been a journey for me since I was a teenager. So I'm just like, you expect for certain people to come, and exactly, when you learn to love people regardless of that, and to see where they need Grand Rising, okay, and to see where they actually need love in their lives, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, also, guess what? I feel like when you have people in life that come against you in that way, I just look at it like, oh, baby, I made it. I made it. I got some haters now. I done made it. Because who likes everybody all the time anyway? Who likes everything that everybody say anyway? Today you might like it. Tomorrow you might not. I don't know. So to me, I just be like, look, go ahead. Make my video popular. Go ahead. Say what you got to say. Because it doesn't offend me anymore. It used to. I used to get mad because I used to be a people pleaser. So I used to be like, but what did they like? But what did I say? Well, you said you hit them with a sound mind scripture. Okay, yo, a sound mind. You had to video. Thank you. Thank you. Composure zone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, listen, amen, sis. You cannot please the masses. No, I've tried. Well, I have been the person that's actually tried. I've been the one in the room like, okay, how can I do this to, like, so everybody feels seen, so everybody feels heard, so everybody feels this way. And I used to do that, especially in groups and different things like that. Also being the manager at my job, I went to and did interviews, like, I mean, not interviews, but like one-on-ones with all of the employees that was up under me at the time. And that was exhausting. And I was just like, okay, how can I make this work for everybody, so everybody da da da. And I realized that no matter what you do, there is someone that is not going to be happy, someone that's, so just do what you can do. Because it's not your job to make somebody happy. It's not your job to make them, have a great life experience. It's your job to do that for yourself. And in doing that for yourself, because we're all connected anyway, it's going to just illuminate from you and be magnetic. And next thing you know, somebody else's sadness can turn to joy because they see just how happy you are. It's magnetic. But if people aren't on that same vibration as you, they're going to eventually leave anyway because they're going to feel so uncomfortable by your light. And that is what I have learned. I know that was a long on and on, but KD, what's up? Grand Rising. Holding on to a lot of pain. Yeah, yeah. Mel Robbins says, let them and let them go. Yes, let them. You got to. What you gonna do? Because you guys, like, what are you gonna do? The other day, there was someone in my family that needed to vent, and I set the phone down and just let them. Now, will I do that every time? No, that will be the last time. But I knew intuitively that this person needed to get a lot off their chest, and they didn't have anybody else. Now, of course, I have learned this over time, and I have not been people's trash can. We talked about that, you guys. Trash can, trash bag, and recycle, and the difference. We talked about all that. So I'm aware. So I did. I'm like, okay, this. Let me use my intuition. And when I heard to just be silent, I was silent and I just listened. Because sometimes when you just listen and observe what people say, you can hear a lot more, like you said, of their pain, a lot more of what they're really trying to say, that they don't know how to just say it. They just know how to give all these scenarios of all these different experiences and different things that's happened that's led them to that same energy. I'm able to listen to what they say and go right into the energy because also I'm an empath. I'm a projector. So that's literally what I do. So it's fun. It's fun to me. That's what my old Christian friends used to say. No meditation cards, all of the devil. Yeah, I know. I know. I mean, I think eventually, I think people are waking up to the fact that the devil was created for many different things. I think people are starting to have different perspectives on what that even means, what the devil, who the devil really is, and what that means. I think that people are waking up to really realizing the truth about witches and the truth about so many different things that people have called demonic for so many years, when I think the only people that I've heard call it demonic was people. I've never really read it in the Bible where Jesus one time said that, you know. But I mean, at the same time, these things were written and put in there, and certain things were left out. And when you leave things to men, it is going to be the side of the person that is choosing to write the words, to rewrite the words, to add things in, to take things out. It is going to be at their leisure, at whatever they decide. So that's why you go to the God itself. That is why yesterday we did a meditation to me, with source. That is why you gotta go there for yourself. Um, the alchemist nerd in me would have been like, would have been like, you're made of the same energy. These cards are made of what these cards are made of, sir. Ponder that. I know meditation is a type of prayer in my view. Yeah, it is. It is. Hello, KG. Yes, they will be uncomfortable and go away from you. Big lesson in my life, right? Yeah, right now. Okay. In my life now, sending you love and release. Yeah, from one empath to another. All right, KD. Yes. Go from, yep, I got it. KD, that person was on her social media. And yeah, yep, this conversation is a whole lie. I know, right? It's a whole lie. I'm gonna do this last card though, wisdom. You've been here before. It was at the bottom. You've been here before and you know what to do, yet you fear disappointing others. The wise choice may not be the popular choice, but choose from the highest good of this situation. So you've been here before and you know what to do, yet you fear disappointing others. Wow. The wise choice may not be the popular choice, but choose from the highest good in this situation. All right, so some of you just need to go within. We was talking about meditation, meditating, journaling, different things like that. Choosing wisdom, making a decision regardless of what you feel like anybody else would say. Because sometimes we make decisions based upon what we think will please others, what we think is the world's way of saying this is what it's supposed to look like, this is what you're supposed to do. And using wisdom is what is going within, using that heart chakra. The card is on, yeah. Yeah, love the let them, yeah, yep, the let them theory, yep, let them. Why not? Why not? I mean, what's the harm? It's like, it's when we start getting, see, this is the thing. Nobody can take your power. Your power is something you give away. And when you give away your power to people like that, that's not cool, because you could be using it for so many more amazing things, right? We give our power away sometimes by doing things like that, by getting so upset. See, it's when you allow someone to take you out of your energy. You don't allow someone, if you're in high vibration or you're happy and somebody else is upset or something, I know we've all had situations where we're like, dang, what's wrong with them? Like, you in good, whether it's at the grocery store, at work, whatever. But sometimes it does, if you allow it, and especially being an empath, you can take on that energy, and then your energy shifts just that quickly. And then you're like, wait, then you're having to learn, wait, was this my energy or was this that other person's? Like, what happened? If people in your home are sad and upset, are you going to be sad and upset with them, or are you going to bring them up to your energy? And that's the thing. Bringing people to where you are. We're not dimming our light. We're not being, we're not doing that. We're not, look, love is the one of the most highest vibrations of energy that there is. So to me, that's what I send, because most of the time that is what people need. So for real, CG, he needs to go visit the monks to wear some different energy and high vibrations. Yeah. I know, it's crazy, y'all. We that's why we have to be the examples. We have to be the examples, because I've never seen, no, I'm not gonna say never seen, but there's been so much hate just over okay, it went out. There's been so much hate just over beliefs. It's crazy. When you think about it, it's like, how do we end up in a world where y'all so mad and so angry about somebody believing in something different than you? It's like, it's childish. It's not even childish. because children don't even do it. Oh, hold on, wait. Y'all know we supposed to get into this new year. We gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. Some people try to dim your light because they can't compete where they don't compare. Come on, I just heard that last night from a movie or something I was watching. Yes, yes, it's ego. Yeah, it is. It's like, it's funny because it's really like that. It's like, guys, like, I, this is not even what kids do. So you can't even say it's childish. It's you-ish. It's just you-ish. She said it's ego. Oh, Sarah, Grand Rising. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It's just that. Um, and so I think that in my life, I've had people do things where people have been so shocked that they've done it. And they're like, did they really say that to you? Did they really? And I'm like, yeah. But now I'm starting to see why. Because you gotta have a certain type of skin. You gotta have a certain type of love to be able to put yourself out there and really be about what you believe and really not be afraid to voice your opinion. Really not be afraid to spread love where there's hate, to spread peace where there's chaos, spread joy where there's unhappiness. You really have to be in a place to embody that. And that doesn't come from, I don't want to say chastising, I don't know, but that really doesn't come from, making people feel bad about what they believe, who they love, what they're doing. You might not agree, and that's okay. We have our own right to not agree. But it's when you attack the person for that. It's like, everybody doesn't need to know why you're not following them anymore. That person doesn't need to know why you're not a part of their circle anymore. Oh, they said something I don't believe in. They said something that I just, okay, well, then you just choose to gracefully go about your way. But to me, you say, hi, Sarah. What's up? Preach Katie, 3 letters. Hello, Sarah. Yes. And that, and why is it your business what someone believes? Yeah. Why? I don't know. I feel like man, this, like you said, this is a whole nother conversation. Katie said, come on, so I bring it, preaching into love today. And New Year's Eve, yes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. I don't know why people haven't got it yet. They supposed to, especially Christians. I mean, I don't understand. I don't get it. I do not get it because I was a Christian too. And now I'm just deciding that I'm just all that, like, come on, like, why not? If I'm a part of source, if I'm a part of God, if God is within me, why wouldn't I be all? Because God is all, and that's a part of me, and I am it, and it is me. I'm you. You're me. I'm the tree. I'm the freaking lights. I'm the air. I'm the everything. It's all a part of who I am. But see, we get distracted because we hold so much onto this avatar. You feel like this avatar is just who we are. This avatar is switches suits. Do you know that? It's witches. So it's like when you choose to reincarnate, you're not going to be this avatar no more. You only get one chance to be this one avatar because it is just meant for you to be in this experience, to express yourself, to do certain things. So to me, it is just like when you embody God within you, if you believe that and you really, really do, then you would know God accepts people for how they are. You would know that. That's like 101. But some people, they just believe it because they've been in it. They just believe it because they've been taught it. They just believe it because they're scared to believe something else because they don't know. They don't even realize what makes sense and what doesn't make sense anymore. So my thing is just like, if you really believe in what you say, you will start with the fact that the person you believe in the most, because some people believe in Jesus more than they even believe in God. I didn't want to make this a thing, right? But the facts, this is what I look at. I look at when people start quoting scriptures to me and saying stuff, I'm just like, I already know they don't believe it. I already know. Because Jesus didn't go around quoting scriptures to everybody. Matter of fact, the people that he was around was the people that people didn't like. Matter of fact, he was around the people that people was judging. Matter of fact, he was around the people that didn't even believe. He wasn't around all the people that was giving him a pat on the back. Those people start following him. He said, come on, let's follow me so I can go and do this. And if he did, he felt something. And he asked them because he felt an energy from them that didn't come from what it looked like they were on the outside. It came from the inside, because on the outside, they were fishermen. On the outside, they were lows of the lows. On the outside, they were people collecting money from people and people was upset. On the outside, they were people that was doing all kinds of crazy things. He didn't say, don't come next to me because of what you look like. Don't come next to me because you commit adultery. Don't come next to me because he said, you want to cast the first stone? Doggone it, all y'all freaking get over here so we can all cast a stone on everybody up in here because ain't nobody got it together. I'm still learning my way. I'm still realizing what. See, Jesus didn't even know who he was at that point. He didn't even know what he had at that point. He was learning himself. He like, well, doggone, if I'm enlightened and I got this stuff and y'all casting stones, hold on, wait a minute. Let me just tell you one thing. See, guys, I'm just saying, come on. Come on. You said, oh, hold on, I missed the comments. Yeah. Hold on, wait, CG. Oh, yeah. Close that on. It's been a while not seeing. Yeah. Come on, yeah. Yeah, I was away for a little bit, but I'll return. I'll return. Bless God. Good to see you, Sarah. Yes, come on. We folks brought up hold on, let's see. Some of our traditional and holiness churches were brought to not lead because we are women or could not see how Jesus walked with the outsiders. KD, look, see, this is why when people come up on my lives, they be like, I came to watch what you put in the comments, and then stuff happens. You ain't said nothing but a word. You said, what? Brought up in some of our traditional, look, I'm going to tell you about that again in a minute, KD. After hearing it for so many years, I became brainwashed and afraid that there was a devil under every bush. I always felt in my gut something's not right. Yeah. I mean, they have you afraid of everything, right? But God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. So I'm just looking like, hold on, wait a minute. Where's the fear coming from, baby? Where's the fear coming from? Who has the fear? I don't even fear the devil. What devil? Hold on, wait a minute. Because anybody ever seen him? Anybody ever experienced them? Because the very devil that they was talking about was energy. I'm just how the devil gonna be physical but God gonna be energy? How did it ain't a physical being, it's energy. It's the energy that goes that goes against your natural way of things. That is what they were talking about. But when they used fear and when they created an image, see, they had to create an image of the shadow. See, when they even created the image of the devil, it was an image of what shadow looks like. Shadow is creepy. Shadow X, Y, and Z. So then people start getting afraid of their shadows. Why do you think they made the movie Peter Pan? It was trying to express to you what shadows really are. Yeah, we got to go deeper. We got to go deeper. Preach. I finally left, but now with religious trauma. Yeah. And it's just realizing, like, y'all, when I first listen, my journey, I talk about this in my book. My journey was the first thing I did was left the church, but I didn't just leave just to leave. Okay, a whole bunch of crap was happening in every church I went to. But I left and I said, you know what, God, I was on my knees. I was like, God, I want to know who you are. Doggone it, I don't care about all these other people. I don't even care about the freaking building. I want to know you. Who are you? Who am I? Because in order for me to know who you are, I got to know who I am. I want you to show me. I want you to teach me who you are. I'm done with the book. I'm done with the people. I'm done with the building. Who the heck are you? Because, dog, I don't know why I keep struggling. I don't know why I keep going every Sunday and giving my tithes. I don't know why I keep meeting these people and I keep doing. I'm looking at these people that are heads over things, and I'm like, dang, like they sleeping with kids. They doing different stuff. I'm like, this is insane. I feel like I want to flip over tables. But the moment you get upset about something, oh, you got something within you. The moment you challenge something, oh, we don't need that energy. The moment you start doing something else, and it's like, oh, hold on, she's in what? The moment somebody come in looking a little different, smelling a little funny because they've been on the streets, they're judging. This is why I have my own experiences on things, because I wonder really, if Jesus really was walking the earth, would you even know it? If Jesus was really walking the earth, what would you really do? If Jesus really became because see, if y'all believe in reincarnation, you know Jesus ain't coming back looking the same way. If that's what you believe. I'm going off of that one belief there. That one belief. So if Jesus really came back, would you even notice? Would people even know? If he came right up on in the church, would they even notice? Or do they believe that it's going to be like, And it's gonna come through the church like, I'm looking for a church without spot or wrinkle. Or maybe Jesus gonna come with the woolly hair, with the dreads. Maybe Jesus gonna come walking up there with the gown on, looking all crazy, smelling all funny like he did back in the day. Hold on, wait a minute, because back in the day, they didn't even accept him then. He didn't come with no crown on his head. He didn't come looking in the dress finest garments. But people had to listen because they saw the results. What's up? Hi. Thanks for joining. It's okay. I don't know how we got into this, but this is what I talk about. Me finding God on my own. Through my own experiences. And the first thing that I was taught when I decided to take a moment to just put all that down and just really just try to find something that could keep me alive. Thank you, Sophie, for the donation. I appreciate it. Thank you. When I decided to really find something that would keep me alive, the first thing God did was bring me to myself. Oh, shoot. I'm just saying, the first thing, yes, Kitty, say it, yes, was bring me to myself. I didn't never hear God tell me, go back. What up? Yeah. Was go back to the church, or go back to this person, or go back to that. I never heard that. It was okay. And the first thing that I got, first thing that happened was I had a vision of Jesus, and like this big revelation I wrote about. I was sitting there one day after I talked to God, and I sat there on my daughter's bed, and all of a sudden it was like one of the first big visions. It just came, and I just started writing, and I just started seeing images in my head. I didn't even know what was going on. I just went, and I was like, babe, oh my gosh, I know what happened. Oh my gosh, like these things. And then after that, it was myself, and it was everything started falling apart in my life worse than what it was before. I thought I did something wrong. I said, oh, shoot, maybe they was right. Maybe I should have kept my butt in church. I done missed the Sunday. I done missed the communion. Doggone, what do I do? Although I did not like eating crackers that represented flesh, and I did not like drinking things that represented blood, because I felt like that was witchery. I felt like that was sorcery. I felt like I don't understand why we doing this, because I can remember them on my own. I don't got to eat nothing and drink nothing to remember. I just remember. I don't even need to watch a beating every time of year, because I truly remember. Talk about programming. All right, guys. I don't know how. I don't know how. Y'all, my book is so soft. I ordered the new one because my other one was like going like this. It's so soft. Oh my gosh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And look how thick it is, y'all. That's why I have to do the audio. Okay, thanks for the donation again. Let me see. Okay, handkerchiefs. Hold on, I gotta find this. I'm sorry, y'all. When I was getting into it, because I'm so passionate, because it's real for me. It's real. It's not a joke. It's not something that I read in a book. It's not something that I knew all the gurus to go ask questions and be somebody, like I didn't have that. I just was like, shoot, let me go to the freaking source. At that time, guys, I was one of those people that's like, I ain't going to Jesus. I'm not even mentioning Jesus' name. I'm not saying in Jesus' name no more. I don't want, no. God, I'm not going through Jesus to get to you, because I believe that you love me enough to be able to get to you on my own. Why do I need to go through a person? Why do I need to go through a past version of someone that exists in spirit world now? Why do I need to do that? That's where I was at that moment. And that's why I said God. And I left Jesus out. Because I said, Jesus done experienced it already. He already know. He already know. And he already told me I'm going to do greater works than he did. So why I'm going to still go through him? I'm about to be enlightened. I'm about to get it from you. That's where he got it from. That's the mindset I was in. And so now I just identify with whatever I identify with. And now I am who I need to be at every moment. I need to be it. I am not identified as no one set thing. Because who I represent and who I come from is identified by many things as well. Not by one. And once you realize the law of oneness, you realize that you can't be defined by just one thing. So I don't just believe in one thing. Yes, ma'am. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, sit back and listen. Time. What's up, Dar? Hi. Hi, how are you? Like, God would not bless my life. I would end up in hell. I know, right? Hell is a whole nother thing. Y'all listen, I don't been to hell before, and I can tell you how it is. Godly, come on. Where's my handkerchief? That's why I left the church and went to other churches to undo the damage and continue this journey through love. Yep. Check on Miss Carol here and say time of religious trauma. It has really helped me. Yeah. Okay. Miss Carol. Okay. Whoa, devil is energy. Yes, thank you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, because when you think about it like this, think about how people have a hard time explaining things, right? But when they explain it and it manifests into the physical, everything does. So with this lip gloss, right, it was a thought. And then they turned the thought into a physical being. The devil was a thought, it was an energy, and it turned into a physical being because they needed to express to you what it was like. They needed to express to you that energy, not necessarily saying that this is a physical thing, but I'm going to create it as physical because I want you to understand the energy of said thing. Oh, Verna, I tried to attend every one of her lives. She's been a life changer. Oh, yeah, okay, all right. Look, Verna, send me the link to her so that I can follow her too. Interesting conversation today. I know. It's interesting. How do you reconcile statements in religion that demonize certain people for who they are with their core mission of religion to teach peace and love? How do you reconcile statements in religion that demonize certain people for who you are with the core mission? How do you reconcile statements in religion? Um, how do I reconcile statements in religion? I don't know. I think that's what I've been doing, kind of like, I know people say certain things. Give me an example, Bob, of what you're talking about. But when people say certain things, about religion or certain beliefs or certain statements or certain things like that, like, I see, reconcile, that has to happen within you. It's a personal thing. It's a you thing. It's like, I don't care what nobody else say. What do I believe? I don't care what's written. What do I believe? What do I believe? I use examples and stuff from the Bible all the time. It's not like everything is bad. It's not like everything is wrong. It's just about your perspective on what it is and you having the choice yourself and not being pushed into fear to get a result from you. Right? All gay people are bad is an example. Okay. I'm gonna get to it. 1 second. 1 second. You said, come on, knock all these tables over. You say, ooh, y'all don't know. I was real close to want to do that at the church I was at. Yeah. When I was younger, I was so mad that I was criticized for wearing pants. Yeah, pants, makeup, earrings, KD. What else was it? Or, you know what I'm saying? Anything that made you seem bright. Anything that made you seem too close to, because I'm telling you, like, if I could use somebody's religion, just like, I could use that just to prove all points. I'm like, did Jesus wear pants? Did it matter? Does it matter? It's clothing. Is the okay? So if it mattered, like, I could just go on and on and on and on. That's why I just be like, listen. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is my belief anyway, because my belief, it automatically jumpstarts, it automatically creates my reality. My belief does, not the belief of somebody behind me, not the belief of them. If I believe in a line with their belief, okay, but my own belief, it shapes my reality. I create that. When I'm having a bad day and I say, man, today was such a bad day, don't it continue to be bad until you change your belief about that day? You automatically create it all. You're the creator. You're not separate from the creator. You're the creator. You're just creating in your reality and in your timeline. You're not creating a planet. When I was younger, I was so mad that I was criticized for wearing pants. They say we could be walking amongst angels. Oh. So watch how you treat others. Well, Abigail, I am an angel. I'm an earth angel. So you're talking to one right now. Yes, Kitty, same. Grandma said I needed some perfect hair and a dress. Yup. Carolyn, come on. Yes. My daddy used to say to me, be careful how you treat and speak to people because you may be speaking to Jesus. Treat every person with worthiness. How many of us can say that we have done that in truth? CG, you are exactly correct because there are different perspectives. There's a perspective of Jesus being collective consciousness, a conscious energy, and there's a perspective of Jesus being a person. So you have to be like, okay, how do I digest this? What are my beliefs with this when these options are here? What do I feel in my heart? What do I really feel versus what do I feel because I feel like it wouldn't make sense if it was just consciousness. If they was just talking about, see, I allow myself to explore a lot of different things. I explore meaning imagination, visualization, how I feel at the moment, whether somebody agrees or not. When I watch Avatar and different movies and stuff, I allow myself to ask questions. I don't hold my questions back to God, to the universe, to source. I don't hold my questions back. I'm not afraid to do that. I'm not afraid to question. I'm not afraid to go against the grain. I'm not afraid to do any of that. And that's how my life has been. And yeah, it hasn't been easy doing that, but that's what it's been because I've had to learn different things along the way. Your dad was a smart man, CG. If he could, yes, it would be a better place, Star. You are so right. You may be speaking to Jesus. You don't know. You don't know. And I feel like that same, they call Jesus energy Christ consciousness because he was consciously aware of just I don't want to say the way of the universe, the way of nature, the way of life, very consciously aware. And wasn't the only one. Your dad was a smart man, yeah. Where can I get your book? Oh, Abigail, my book is on my website. So if you click the link in my bio, you can find it there. It's also on Amazon. It's actually on sale on Amazon right now. It's called The Time I Had to Die. If you want the link, I can send me a message, a DM, and I'll send you the link so it's easier to find on Amazon. What's a song from the play for Color Girls? I think it's I Found God in Myself. Wow. I might have heard that before. I have to look it up again. Love that, CG, that it aligns so much with the Buddhist teachings about meeting holy people and not knowing it. Yeah, all the time. Yep. All gay people are bad. Okay, I got you. Understanding the least of these. Yes. I believe that I am hungry for more. Yes. Our brains believe whatever we tell it. Yes. So it's important to give our brain positive and hopeful messages. Not, yes, exactly. I like what your dad taught you. Yes. Okay. Will do about your book. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay, so how do you get over when people are talking about all gay people are bad as an example in the church and different the hurt of that and different stuff? Bob, is that what you're talking about? I think it's just knowing that what people say is not the end all be all. I think it's finding confidence in who you are and what you love and what you believe. Do you know how many times as a kid growing up I wanted to be a music artist? I wanted to sing, I wanted to dance, but I always listened to Christian music all the time. That was really all I knew until my sister had this India Irie CD, and I was like, oh shoot. And then we did Secret Santa at school, and somebody got me Destiny's Child Christmas CD. I was like, oh shoot. You know what I'm saying? That was like, and going over to my dad's house and him listening to Whitney Houston, Alicia Keys, and just different people. And so I got little bitty pieces of things. But I remember thinking that even wanting to be a model, I just remember thinking like, these people say they believe in God, but the way that they dress don't show it. These people say they believe in God, but they are model and they are half dressed. Like as a kid, I didn't understand. I really didn't understand how one of the pastors at the church, his daughter, she wore these real short shorts to church, and she was Caucasian. And I was just like, wait a minute, my parents won't even let me wear that. And you're the pastor's daughter. How are you able to wear this? How are you able to dress like this? I just remember asking so many questions. I remember going up to this prophetess and asking her why she had a tattoo because we weren't supposed to wear tattoos. I was that kid that was like, I was like doing everything to the T by the book. Like I was laying hands on people. I was the person speaking in tongues, laying hands on people, praying over people. People would come. This one lady brought her son to me just for me to. This was early. This was like when I was young. I'm talking about 21, younger. Yeah, this is when I was young. And you know, this lady brought her son to me to, you know, she's like, could you lay hands on my son? I just know if you touch him, I just know that if you lay hands on him, that everything's gonna be okay, and he's going to school, and I want protection for him. Da 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 da. Like the youth pastor, when he couldn't come to church, I was the person that taught the youth. I taught Wednesday night Bible study for the kids. Like, yo, when I tell you, when I tell you, that's why I just be like, I just had to decide that I was not going to allow other people's beliefs to make me. I had to find my own relationship on my own, because there was too much that I was feeling like I was trying to do everything perfectly, all the commandments, all the this, and I was like, people in here doing what they want to do. They're not even doing the right stuff. They up here judging people over here. They end up talking about all those people. I got people that's mad that I didn't ask permission to borrow this church dress to dance in front of the church, when it was like I was a dancer, and another adult gave me permission, and the other adult was mad about it. I'm like, we in church. This I'm dancing for the Lord. And y'all adults is mad at each other, and then you mad at me because I ain't tell you that shit. I was like, what the? It was so, y'all don't understand. It was so much stuff. I've been to mega churches. I've been to small Baptist churches. I've been to non-denominational churches. Y'all, listen. I said, forget this. I'm gonna find God on my own. This is too much drama. I can't. You know what I mean? Too much. It became more about other things than it did about teaching. Because then you get certain people that are teaching. Did you grow up Pentecostal? No, not necessarily. A more Baptist, non-denominational churches like that. I don't know if I've even been to a Pentecostal church. I probably did and just didn't know. But speaking in tongues and different things like that, like, you know, so I've had so many different experiences with just church energy. But what I realized is that it was more about everything else. Like, even one time I was, you know, younger, I wanted to talk to the pastor about something, because I'm not that person that has fear. Like, somebody else around me was like, yeah, I'm like, well, why not? He's just a person like everybody else. I'll go tell him. I'll go ask the question. And then this youth minister stopped me and was just like, yeah, nah, he probably not gonna hear you. I'm like, well, why? Because I was a woman. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, man, if God accept me, who can deny me? I was like, wait, what? I can't go talk to him because I'm a woman? This is crazy. Whatever. He ain't say that. Like, I really did not believe that was true. Same. I couldn't get into the superficial world of modeling, acting, singing, etc., love dancing. Yep. Because I was like, how do they do that? And then I realized over time, once I let go of my judgment, once I let go of what it should be, you know what I'm saying? I let go of my judgment, and I realized, oh my gosh, who am I to decide what somebody does with their life in this lifetime? And and because it doesn't look like this or sound like this, that means they don't believe in what they say. It was like so many people say, I give thanks to God when they accept these awards. I'm telling y'all how it was for me growing up. And I was like, how are they even thanking God? Like, what does that even mean? How are they doing this? I don't get it. How do they believe in him and they saying all these things? But what I realized was not to judge them. What I realized was that they were living their life. They were doing what it is that they decided to do. And I'm not judging whether it was right or wrong, because when you really look at what is right and what really is wrong, I'm telling you, there's a whole nother truth that's gonna come out about that. So I just realized that it is about what I view for myself. So like Bob, like you're saying, if there are people that have said certain things hurtful because someone is gay, like an example, or different things. I know they have many different terms now, and I'm not up on all the terms just yet, but and I'm learning. But if that is the case, then you have to decide in yourself to first accept yourself, regardless of what anybody else says. And that's with everything. That those things, people just did not have the knowledge. They just did not know. They just knew what they knew at that time. That doesn't mean that things can't evolve and things can't change over time, but it doesn't even matter about the acceptance of others. The only thing that matters is the acceptance of yourself. That is what matters. That gets it every single time. So you don't have to worry about forgiving people for things that they said, or being like, oh my gosh, nobody apologized, or how could they even say that and that's not true. It's like, I don't even care no more, because that takes a lot of my energy to keep overthinking. I'm going to stand in my power anyway. I'm going to believe what I believe. I'm going to keep going. It's all a part of the journey. Yeah, it's all a part of the journey. And when you realize that everybody is just on their own journey, it's like for some people, I'm like, well, how don't they see this? And I had to let that go too. I'm like, look, they're experiencing we all as souls, we came here to have an experience and to grow our soul. So their experience is growing their soul in that way. And it has the chance to evolve. Everybody does. So just because theirs haven't evolved in the way that I think, let them be them. Let them do what they do. It doesn't have to have anything to do with me. And when I focus more on me, and I focus more, when you focus more on yourself, you focus more on what you want to do in your life and different things like that, you care less about what everybody else is doing or what anybody thinks. You care less. I'm not saying that sometimes we still care, but you just care less than what you did before. And eventually, you don't care at all. When you attend the first church service within yourself, where God is the pastor, you never leave the church. There's a Rumi translation that breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. I love that. Yeah, I love that. That is true. Well, that explains why you don't know how to feel about the monk not being able to hand the female the bracelet. You need to understand their practice and devotion or vow to celibacy. Yes. Yep. Yep. That's why I said that. So because I'm like, yeah, I before I just throw myself into something, it's like I need to research and understand better. And I don't just follow just because I feel like they're priests or they're monks, or because this person is a guru, or because this person has 1 million followers. I don't just do it because of that reason. I've learned that. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I do. I need to understand more. And I am, because monks, even before this happened, has been coming to me in different images and different things I've been seeing many times. So before this event happened with them traveling that I knew about, I was like, okay, I need to figure out if I was a monk in a past life, because it keeps coming up over and over. And then when I saw the traveling, and I was like, oh my God, okay, this must be a sign. Maybe I need to go meet them. And I wanted to figure out how they, if they were in my state. And then they weren't, or passed by or whatever. They just weren't. They were past my state. I was like, oh shoot, I missed it. And I was like, no, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna do some meditation. I'm going to just ask the question, and just do a little bit more research so I can understand, their beliefs on things and stuff. But I don't believe in the separation of people. I don't believe in one person being less than another. That I don't believe in. I am not gay, but I do get criticized due to my disability. Okay, thank you. That was helpful. What other people say really has more to do with them than yourself. Yes, Bob. Yes. Their ideas, their beliefs, their experiences. You ever had somebody try to give you advice about something based upon what they went through? It's based on them. That's why I say, even with everything, even with things I say, you have to have that filter. You have to take in what you really resonate with, and not use it as like, this is what it is and that's it, and there's nothing from this. That is where the trap is. Those monks are awesome. Yeah, I know. She said the energy was amazing, and I bet it was. Like, y'all, like when people do stuff like that, I know that feeling. I know that feeling of just being in complete isolation from the world, and being in complete meditation for hours and hours and everything else, and just eating a certain way, and being in nature and being one with the universe, one with nature, all that stuff. I know what that feels like, and I know the power that comes from that. So yeah, but to me, I still have to understand the other part of things, because I don't do discrimination. I don't do that. Sorry to hear. Reading the 4 agreements about not taking anything personal but hard. Yeah, my sister just mentioned that to me the other day. I actually have that book But essential, yeah. I did research long ago. Okay, and asked, are there female monks? A lot of people are unaware. The answer is yes. So start there. Yes, yes, Sophie, that is the. I'm glad you said that because that is what I wanted people to know. That is what I wanted people to know. Me and Nate was talking about that. I was just like, you know what? Because you know why I thought about it, Sophie? I thought about it because I was like, I thought about it because I was thinking about I was watching something David. It's something my mom watches it and I watched it. And I was thinking about that. I was just like, dang. So then every time I watch something that's like religious or whatever, I always think about the disciples. And I always be like, okay, don't they know that the disciples weren't all men? So I be thinking about stuff like that. So when with the monks, I was just like, I'm pretty sure they have women monks. And then also with the monks too, there was something that was said about the skin color as well. That there are people that are brown skin, like darker brown skin monks, and how there is not one place on earth that has just a perfect way of just like their own way, right? But they have history and with all different type of things. So you just, and like I said, you got to use your intuition, do your research, and all that type of stuff. So Sophie, you right on it. I love it. Thank you for saying that because I'm gonna definitely keep going and digging deeper. I didn't know it was a thing for sure. It was a thought for me. I was just like, I wonder. It has to be because it just has to be. But they only show you one side of things. They just show you the men. But guess what? Not for long. Okay, folks, gotta go. Love it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bye, Katie. Bye. Have a great evening. And Bob, I totally understand that. I get it. You said criticize you due to your disability. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta understand that, you know, you gotta see the power in that. Thank you for joining, Katie, by the way. See the power in who you are. See the power in who you are. Y'all, we've been on here for a little bit. Let me go ahead and get started with this. December 31st. You guys, before we talk about the new year, let me just say that it's okay for a lot of us to be feeling tired, to feel like we're behind. January 1st, it also brings all of this pressure of what we're supposed to do, what we should have done, that we didn't get to do. And so we're trying to put it all into this first month of January, especially the first week or two. Hold on. Let me see. Often the feminine excluded. Yep. As if it's not holy. The feminine energy is just as holy because the feminine is God, like masculine. That's so true. My favorite monk. Oh, read her. Okay, I'm gonna write it down. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Okay. Hold on. Let me write her name down. I'm excited, guys. I'm glad we had this conversation because I'm excited. Thank you, Sophie. Like, Sophie brought this up. Every time she shows up, I already know it's meant to be. So I'm like, okay, what's going to happen today? What's going to happen today? Yeah, because women have to be kept down. I think they're afraid of our power and wisdom. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Robert. Bob, it's hard for me because, I don't like to say disabilities. Yeah, I really don't. Because the world, I'm just real particular about words, but disable. They labeled you as not being able to do something because you're not like everybody else. And there's nothing about that. There is power in every version of every being, with everything. And I feel like again, that goes right along with people, the separation of things. But I also know that polarity, duality, and all those type of things have to exist. So I already know that people just like positivity exists, negativity exists. You know what I'm saying? Just like bad, good, all these things, all these opposites, they all exist, but they're still coming from one source energy that has to evolve. See, how will you ever know what good is if you don't know what bad is? Or how will you know what bad is if you only experience good? Even though if we go deeper into this, we'll realize what good really is and what bad really is. And we realize those energies, just like how people are afraid to be angry and upset and they feel like it's bad and it's a sin to do that. And it's actually not. It's an energy, and that energy deserves its right to take its place, but it doesn't deserve a right to keep you there, right? So that is the difference. It's when people allow the anger, the frustration, the hurt to keep them bound and out of their natural way of being, and decide not to let it go and allow it to pass through. See, sometimes we don't allow things to pass through. While it's passing through, we stop it right at our heart chakra and we be like, no, I'm holding on to this. I'm attaching to this because this wasn't right, because this was that. No. It's like, let it continue to flow and allow yourself to experience what that is like and alchemize that. Transform that as it's passing through. That you're not going to attach your, you know what I'm saying, to it completely. You're not going to allow yourself to get wrapped up and consumed and allow it to take over your whole day. Allow it to take over your week. Allow it to take over your years. Right? You're welcome. I thought you would appreciate being able to interpret the presence. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was excited when I found out. I can't wait. I can't wait to just explore more. That is funny, Abigail, because I love strong, wise women. Yeah, I've read some of her work. Okay, okay. Yeah, strong, wise women. Yep. Yeah, we already have everything we need. There's no need for self-improvement. All these trips that we lay on ourselves, the heavy duty fearing that we're bad and hoping that we're good, the identities that we so dearly cling to, the rage, the jealousy, and the addictions of all kinds, never touch our basic wealth. They're like clouds that temporarily block the sun. Come on, you better say it. You better say that. Come on. But all the time, our warmth and brilliance are right there. It never goes anywhere. It only goes in when y'all know that scripture that talks about drawing near to me and denying me and drawing, like, I don't know. I used to know, but I don't. But it's just like that. Like what she's saying. It's like when you have this vibration, this energy, let's just say you have this brilliance, right? But it's not until you create the thought that you're not brilliant anymore that you don't become brilliant because you believe it. But once you get back into that alignment with yourself, knowing that you're brilliant, that's when you become it again. That's when you remember it. That's why I say you're returning to self. You're returning to remembering who you really are. The only thing that got in the way of that is some type of experience, something that triggered it, some type of comparison, some type of something else, right? That's right. This is who we really are. We are one blink of an eye away from being fully awake. Wow, I love that. You're welcome. Yeah, right on, Robert, because you're secure in yourself. Yes, I like that statement. Yes, me too. Thanks for sharing that, Dar. Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you. I'm like, what? Yes, you are so right.